Ever felt that sunken feeling at the pit of your stomach when you try to bring up a complicated and sometimes difficult conversation with your preteen? The tween years, or preteen as they call them, are full of emotions. So that's why it's so crucial for kids to have a way to approach their parents in a way that is open. And so when we don't prepare for those difficult conversations, they stump us. How can you reduce friction and lessen the amount of conflict that happens during communication? Today, I'd like to share 5 ways to encourage open and truthful communication between you and your tween when it seems like communication as a whole too often leads to frustration. Let's dive in. Hi there, welcome to episode 4. My name is Jemima Davis, and I help ambitious moms create a life of lasting impact around their passions and purpose. If you're new to this channel, remember to get subscribed and click on the bell so that you can get notified of every new episode that I release every single week, along with a free resource that I believe that you will absolutely love. Even if you don't have a preteen, this conversation is going to prepare you for what's ahead. And if you are right in the middle of it, this topic is going to help you to develop some ways to navigate around having difficult conversations with your tween. Around this age, your tween is going through some shifts, some changes, some transitions, not just physically, but mentally and also emotionally. You might be noticing that they have a shorter temper, or they are starting to withdraw a little bit, or even testing those boundaries in the home. These are normal parts of this stage, but can certainly be very frustrating from a parental standpoint. Tweens seem to grow years overnight sometimes, don't they? And it's difficult sometimes to relate to them and communicate. But one of the most important things that we can do as parents is to keep the lines of communications open while providing a supportive support system that can reassure our preteen that we are present. Since in this episode, we are talking about ways to encourage open conversation, you may also be researching of ways that you can earn additional income in order to create a more flexible schedule in your home so that you can be more present. So I put together this free resource called the MOMpreneur Home Business Idea Guide. In it, you'll find 5 legitimate ways that you can actually earn additional income without taking a whole bunch of time away from your kids. If you're interested in picking this up, you can grab it on my blog at jemimadavis.com/4. You can click on the big green button there that you see, and the freebie will be all yours. If you are on YouTube, I'll leave the link there in the description of this video so that you can grab onto it. I believe you will absolutely love it. Let's get into those 5 ways that you can encourage open and truthful conversation between you and your tween. The very first one is to be understanding even when you don't get it. Your world and the world of your tween are sometimes decades apart. You probably won't agree most of the time with half the things that they bring up, but that's okay. Your tween is not looking for you to understand. They are looking for you to listen. To maximize communication from every interaction, start from where they are. Start from understanding who they are to the core. Practice engaging without judgment. The long lectures and the solutions that's already prepared that you want to deliver may backfire. Listen well to avoid triggering them just shutting down altogether from having an open and honest conversation with you. The second way is to spend time together. There is time when conversations need to be deep, and then there's other times when they don't have to be deep. Creating a space where you can spend quality time together really reinforces the fact that you are giving priority to them and can open up windows where you can actually build trust just by being in each other's presence. Sometimes the win in spending time together is not to have a detailed agenda already prepared. It's really living in the moment and creating space where they can actually be reassured that there's someone there with them, right? Physically. And that builds trust. And what trust does is that it opens up the level of engagement that you can have, and also can create open and honest conversation to take place during those down moments. The third way is to be present. There is a big difference between spending time together and being present. Whether you approach your twin or they approach you in order to talk, be sure that you are present during the conversation. Be conscious of your body language, even ditching the cell phone or the television and replacing it with your physical body being there in each other's presence. Sometimes you may even need to get out of the house and go to a local donut shop, or you can go to a local park in order to get a little bit more privacy. And what that does is that it signals to your child that you are actually creating individual, uninterrupted time to be with them. Your twin will notice the focus and attentiveness that you are placing on wanting to be with them. And you'll be surprised about the level of openness that can be created during that moment. The fourth way is to validate, don't dismiss. Allow the opportunity for your twin to see that you actually are invested in hearing what they have to share with you. Don't come ready with a solution that you can just drop there in order for them to embrace, but come in with a spirit that you actually want to listen and are willing to engage with them at that level. Rather than jump in wanting to be the problem solver, acknowledge their feelings. Even though I am not going to come ready wanting to share the solution that I may think is the right thing to do, I am also going to share my own perspective, right? You might also allow time for them to ask questions about the topic that is being discussed as well. Them asking questions may actually lead to more open conversation. The fifth way is don't get heavy about asking too many questions at one time. You may have gotten complete silence when you begin to ask too many loaded questions. In their mind, they may be trying to figure out whether or not you are trying to have a conversation, a dialogue, or are you trying to catch them in a lie, or are you trying to pull information out of them that they are not ready to share? Try going deeper. Asking about ideas, encouraging critical thinking, reminding them about their values and whether or not it aligns with the situation that you are discussing right then and there. The main idea is to keep the lines of communications open so that they don't feel as if they are being interrogated. How do you consistently create this kind of connection? As I mentioned previously, one of the most important aspects of having the ability to consistently create this kind of environment is by spending quality time together. If you are looking for more ways to create more flexibility into your schedule, I created a freebie that you can tap into in order to explore different ways of earning additional income from home. It is called the MOMpreneur Home Business Idea Guide. And in it, I share 5 legitimate ways that you can actually earn income from home. And those options won't take a whole bunch of time away from your kids. You can grab this freebie over on my blog at jemimadavis.com/4. If you are on the blog right now, just click on the big green button that you see there and you'll have access to it. If you are on YouTube, click on the link in the description of this video and you will have access to this invaluable resource that I have ready just for you to grab. You will absolutely love it. In addition, be sure to check out the show notes area of wherever you may be watching this video. There, I leave tons of resources there for you and value that you can grab onto right now. So go ahead and check them out. Did this episode help you? If so, be sure to share it with other moms that may actually love it just as much as you did. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I love hellos. Remember to say hello. I will see you on the next episode of Jemima Davis TV.